Hi, this is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments, and I am bringing you another two-page layout in our series for the 12 layouts for Christmas. This layout is inspired by a layout that was originally created by Debbie McLean, and this was included on a recent this fall. It came out as part of the virtual crop. This was challenge number 2 for the virtual crop in October. And so anyway, this is going to be a fun one to put together. Although the design initially was for Halloween, obviously I am turning it into a winter design. So bear with me, this is going to be fun, and we're going to do some fun things. So I've chosen 2 papers to be our base papers. They are these 2 right here, and I've chosen this one with the kind of stones, multicolored stones on it, because I just love it. It's just so, I don't know why it's so appealing to me, but I just really love this piece. It has some stripes on the back. And then I've also selected some of our some of the borders that came with this particular collection, and I love these too because they're flocked, so they're like soft on top. They have designs that are, I don't know, fuzzy kind of on top. So just some fun things. I don't know exactly what we're going to use, but I pulled these out just in case, just to see what we might use. And then I also pulled out some mats. So these are mats that go with the Polar Lights collection, and so I think we're going to use these as well. So I'm just going to put the mats to the side for a minute, and we'll get those out in just a minute. And then also put these embellishments kind of off to the side for just a minute. We'll get to those in a bit. And first, what we're going to do is we're going to do some welding, because welding is just super fun. And first, what we're going to do is we're going to use just a little bit of extra white cardstock, or it doesn't have to be white. It can be any color, because no one is going to see it or even know that it's there but you. So use whatever color you've got. And I'm just going to cut 2 1-inch pieces off of this cardstock. And my trimmer, for some reason, is just having issues. Okay, there we go. I think maybe I'm the one having issues, not the trimmer, but you know. Okay, so this paper, I really like both sides of this paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut a portion of this paper off and weld it using these strips. And that way we can enjoy both sides and get a multi-functional base. So putting our paper in with the lines going kind of horizontal, so that when we weld it, it'll be going this way. I am going to cut off 5.5 inches, and I've got these papers, my papers stacked, so I have both papers on here. I'm going to cut 5.5 inches off, so they're being cut in half. All right, now what we're going to do, I'm going to just set my trimmer over here for a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pages, and we're going to use this portion for the bottom, and we're going to flip the top over and use this portion for the top. Okay, super cute. All right, so to weld these together, you guys know, if you've been watching my channel, that the way that I weld is I flip my pages over and put them together how they need to be, so the seam is together. And this is a method that I learned from a CM advisor named Sherry Tilley, who is awesome, super sweet. She lives in the South. She's a really wonderful lady. And so I just put my seams together, I put about 1 inch of adhesive, and I do mine at a diagonal. I don't know, just because I think it holds a little bit better. It probably doesn't hold any better than, you know, putting it straight along the seam, but I just like it. And then I just lay that strip down right on top, and voila, it's like we have a brand new piece of paper. Yay! Okay, so I'm gonna do that really quick with this one again. So if you missed it the first time, or you're not sure what I'm doing or why, you can watch me do it one more time for the other side. So just about every 2 inches or so is where I put my adhesive. And then I grab my 1 inch strip that we already cut. Doesn't matter which side you put down, like if you're using one of the, if you're using cardstock from like a cover sheet for paper, you can put the white side down or you can put the printed side down. It doesn't really matter. You're not going to see it. All you're going to see is the paper being seamlessly put together just like that. Isn't that cool? Okay, awesome. Now I'm going to grab my pebble paper right here, and I'm going to just cut a couple of mats. And the mats that I'm going to cut are going to measure. We're going to do, okay, let's see. I'm going to cut one at 4.5. So I'm going to make a cut at 4.5. And I'm going to turn that, and I'm going to cut at 3.5. And I'm going to cut at 3.5 again. And I'm going to cut at 3.5 again. And that piece is going to be just a little extra. Then I'm also going to cut, let's see, just trying to keep an eye on this. I need, a, we're gonna cut horizontally, and we're going to cut this at 8.5 horizontally. Then we're going to cut at 4.25. Then we're going to stack those two. So 8.5, then turn and, or 8.5, and then cutting that in half at 4.25. Then we're going to cut this piece at 6.5. This stack of two pieces at 6.5. Extra. We have two large mats, and then this piece is 3.5 this way, so we need a 4.5 this way. And then this piece is extra. And that gives us 6 mats and 2 base pieces. All right. So this one is a very quick 2-page layout because we've got our laser embellishments, we've got our mats and our title cards, and I've got a journal box. Okay, so let me go ahead and start by adhering my, well actually, you know what, as I flip that over and notice that it goes 2 different directions, let's go ahead and lay this out and just decide how we want this to look. So originally I had thought it would be cute to put 2 photos up here, just kind of tipped, and 2 photos down here, kind of tipped, and there will be a border in between, and then I would probably go ahead and do these as vertical photos, but you can do them however it makes you happy, and do a mat here and a mat here. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. And then this I was intending to put right here as a journal box, but I don't know. Journal box here, some embellishments here. That actually might work. I don't know if I like this particular one though. We may need to pick a different journal box. So let's keep that in mind. For now though, I'm going to go ahead and put my mats together. And we may just sort of put this kind of on an angle. Actually though, before I do that, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I have these cool icicles, but I don't think I want to use them all on there. So I'm wondering, maybe what I could do is cut this in half. Let's get my trimmer. And we'll cut this in half. So at 6 inches, roughly there. So we can, sorry, my trimmer's not going back where I want it. So I'm going to put that right there, kind of up against this mat, and this is going to go right here, kind of up against this mat, and then this will go kind of underneath it right here. Okay, so let me go ahead and put this down. I know you're saying again, Kim, you don't use permanent adhesive on your mats, and you're right, I don't usually, but I am this time. So there's that one. Then I'm going to grab my repositionable adhesive for this guy. I'm not going to put any adhesive on the actual dripping icicles because I just don't want to, if I decide later I want to slide something in underneath there, you know, I just don't want to seal those, make those stuck. Okay, so we'll get these put down. At a cute, jaunty angle, as I say. Okay, and then we're going to put this guy up here in this other corner, about 1/4 of an inch border on that guy. Then we'll put this guy on with some repositionable adhesive. Careful when you put borders on like this, because some of them have narrow places, like here, or over here there were some narrow places. So if you're trying to cover up a seam, and I want that to be right on the seam, if you misjudge it, then you expose your seam in a certain spot. So just try to be mindful of that and be careful. All right. So I'm going to put this one just at a little bit of an angle, just because it's more fun. And we'll put these at a bit of an angle as well, like we did up there. Or maybe we could do these going long ways. That's probably a good idea. That way we can get some more horizontal photos in there. Turn them just a little. Like so. And then let's see, let me grab my mats and let's see what we can find in the way of a journal box. So there's that one with the teal. So some of these are just too big. And there's that one with the lighter blue. Or that one with stars. These don't have any journal boxes other than, okay. So those look like they are our choices. We could use this one. There is some of that gray on this card, which would be good to probably have that on the other page. The blue or the turquoise kind of color also work because of the stones, but I think I'm going to use this one. We'll cut it in half, so we use a smaller journal box because we don't need the huge one. Don't need a huge journal box. And I'm just going to cut this in half. And that way it gives us a built-in place to write. And we'll just pick this up. And then we're going to do a little bit of extra embellishing here before we're done, because I think this page needs just a little bit more of something. I'm going to put this, sneak this in right behind the photo that will go there. Just like that, and we'll write around it. That'll be all right. Okay, so I also have some more of these cute icicles, which we could put there if we slide that up just a little. That might be an option. We've got these little ones that could go underneath that photo. That would be kind of cool, I think. Let's move this up just a little. So, come on now, let me move that up. There we go. Okay, put that down, and we'll just, oh, that looks good. My daughter just brought me dinner. Woohoo!
Sorry.
No, you're good.
At least they know that your daughter can cook.
No need to apologize. Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome. I put more cheese on it.
All right. Thanks. I will get to that in a minute. That smells really
Right
yummy.
I want to show people the food. I don't know why though.
I don't know if they would really be interested in
Goodbye, internet people.
my 17-year-old. She's a hoot. All right. There's our little bit of icicles for underneath that photo. And then the only thing I think I would do is it needs a little something something right here. And I've got these little snowflakes. So let me grab my scissors and I'm gonna cut. So these snowflakes were originally a full 12-inch border. And I mean, I could conceivably put 2 of them and then just add the third kind of in. Or I could just cut all 3 of them apart. I think I'll cut all 3 of them apart and I'll just put them where I want them. Okay, and actually I'm going to grab my foam squares, which are here somewhere. Here they are. And we'll just pop these guys up on some foam squares because foam squares are fun. And we'll just have these falling. 'Tis the season to be freezing. Is it freezing where you are? We've gotten a lot of snow this week where I am, which is good because we need it. So we are all saying bring it on. All right. Let's get a final look at this and see if we need to add anything. Oh, I do need to give you some photo sizes for these. So in these smaller ones, you can put a 4x3 photo. And then in these, you can put a 3 3/4 by 6. So you'll need to trim your 6x4, your 4x6 photo just a little bit to put it in there. But not by much, just 1/4 of an inch off and you're good to go. All right. Not bad, not too shabby, I think. And there we go with our, I don't know what we're up to, but I'll have to take a count and check. I think this might be number 7, but I might be wrong. In our 12 days of layouts for Christmas. I hope that you've enjoyed putting this together with me today, or at least following along and watching how it's put together. And until next time, I wish you many more creative moments. Thanks so much for joining me. You have a good day.